Hi everyone, it's Alan Shimel, DevOps.com, and we're here at AppianWorld 2018, Fontainebleau Hotel, Miami Beach, Florida. This is our last interview of the conference, and hope you've enjoyed some of the previous interviews that we've done. If you haven't, take a look for them on DevOps TV. But this is a really special one. It's probably going to be, I think it's going to be our favorite one. One of the cool things at AppianWorld this year is they did a hackathon. And I was lucky enough to be a judge of the finals in the hackathon. I probably wasn't the most famous judge of the hackathon, but it happens, right? The other judges I should mention were from Forrester, Malcom. John Raymer from Forrester. And then there was another guy, Steve Wozniak.
I forgot.
Yeah, some guy with some fruit company. But anyway, all kidding aside, it was a great hackathon. The folks at Appian had announced it a couple months ago, dozens and dozens of submissions, 5 finalists here on site, and we picked this gentleman right here was the selected winner. But before I introduce him, let me introduce the person to my far right. You may recognize his voice from a DevOps chat podcast we've done. Malcom Ross, VP Product at Appian. Malcom, welcome.
Thanks, Alan. Great
hey, man, what a great
the show.
But it was a great show. I mean,
yeah, thanks.
You know, conferences are sort of like boats. The best days are the first day and the last day, right?
Yes, the last days, for the people who organize it, the last day is the best day.
Absolutely. And then sitting right here next to Malcom is the winner of the 2018 Appian Hackathon, Brad
Cauzza.
Brad, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Brad, I don't know if you're allowed. If you're not, we won't. But can you say who you work with?
Yeah, I work for Clayton Services. We're based out of Denver. We're a mortgage services company.
Fantastic. So Brad, before we go any further, let us make the presentation. There was an award that came with winning the hackathon.
And a little money, yeah.
A little bit of money. And Malcom, why don't you make our presentation here right on camera?
So Brad, I know this is the second time we did it on stage, but we're
Never
really...
gets old.
Yeah, I think the most important thing to know, $5,000 is now yours. And the judging was honest judging, you know.
It really was.
It was.
I will vouch for that.
Yeah.
But Brad, enjoy the $5,000. We probably haven't told you about the video fee here. $49.95. Don't worry, you have $5 left. But no, congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But let's talk a little bit, Malcom, about the Brad's entry. So, Brad, your entry was called Fred.
Yes.
And you want to share what Fred stood for?
Well,
or anything?
I kind of just liked the name Fred at first, so then I kind of reverse engineered it into be a facility records database.
Okay.
So yeah, it's basically your front desk app to control visitors signing into your facility, signing out, and standardizing that process across all your locations within an organization.
Yep. And look, not to minimize it, I mean, every office needs a Fred.
Right.
And that's a good way of putting it. Every office needs a Fred. Great job security for Freds. But, you know, for compliance and security reasons and control and everything else, why don't you share a little bit of kind of behind the scenes how you built Fred?
So it's database backed, where we'd have logs of visitors in your packages, and then Appian's just sitting on top of that. We use the Appian mobile capabilities to scan packages, and to sign in with the Appian app. You can use the signature option to sign in, and we capture all the information, store the documents from the signatures into Appian, and then reference them later in reporting out. So you can have if you can have a standardized reporting set out of Excel, or you can then PDF it, so you can send that off anywhere.
Fantastic. And how long did it take you to build Fred?
So the UI on the Appian side probably took 2 to 3 weeks of nighttime work. I have a day job, so I did it mostly off hours, and then the reporting piece took another week or 2.
Excellent. Malcom, let me ask you, you were part of the judges team as well. You and a few other Appian folks picked the finalists.
Yep.
What stood out about Brad's Fred?
Yeah, well, I mean, we had, as you said, dozens of submissions, so it really stands out. And we had a blockchain application. We had all sorts of cool, innovative stuff. And when we looked at it, there was a lot of submissions that were going onto the trends of the day, right? AI, blockchain, all that stuff. But I think Fred stood out as being like, hey, this is something actually literally every single one of our customers can just buy and actually, or not buy, I guess maybe just actually use and distribute and get value from immediately. So it seemed like a well thought out saying, hey, this is something that could drive value right now into every single enterprise. It wasn't too far stretched as far as glomming on to the latest trends that are a little bit skeptical maybe as far as how they add value. And of course, we also, I mean, I personally looked at the design of all the applications. So we logged into the sites and we actually looked at the sale, and it was well designed. It was complete. It was the implementation, wasn't just a facade with just creating it but not updating it. It looked a very complete solution as well.
And part of my goal was to anyone that has Appian can just use it. You don't have to do anything too crazy. So why not just throw it on?
Yeah.
I think you hit the mark dead on there. So another interesting or unique thing about Brad's Fred, I kind of like saying that, Brad's Fred. Another interesting thing about it, though, is that where many of the finalists were by teams from partners, basically, right? Kind of professional development shops and everything. Brad was a kind of single contributor who, built Fred by yourself.
I don't want to take full credit for the whole idea, but yeah, I did the development, but it was a group effort for the idea back in the day.
That was certainly the spirit of the hackathon. I think
That's dead on, Malcolm. I think that was that really struck home with the judges that, it's a hackathon. It's not a one-year development project with a team of developers and all of that. This kind of stayed true to its theme. We just came back from Steve Wozniak's keynote, and some of my favorite stories that he conveyed up there were the early years, even pre-Apple, if you will, of him and Jobs, doing bit work, let's call it, and selling it to make a few dollars. And it's that same spirit, right, that we see in your kind of, in Fred, right, in this kind of project. So it's really great. Let me ask you, is this the first hackathon you've ever entered
Oh,
into?
actually, we have a Denver area Appian user group, and we did a hackathon last year, and everyone did a timesheet app, so it wasn't open.
Okay,
we all
cool.
did timesheets, and so that's my second one.
very cool.
I didn't win that one though.
You didn't win that one. Well, it was a
Learning
timesheet.
experience. Yeah.
What was that one's name? Barney or
Oh man, Kronos.
Kronos? I think someone's used that before.
yeah.
Have they? Okay.
But anyway, Malcolm, share with our listeners a little bit. Why a hackathon? What was
Well,
the
I mean,
kind
we
of
wanted to create
thought
something
behind it?
interactive, right? So we did something a little crazy last year with a zombie escape room based on the Appian product. So it was a theme where you had to come in and solve puzzles and actually build a decision table inside the Appian product to escape the zombie. I'm not sure, you missed that one.
I missed
Yeah,
it.
I was in San Francisco last year, and if they didn't escape it, the zombies would come in and it was kind of crazy. But it was a lot of logistics. We literally had to ship 6 gallons of slime to San Francisco and hired actors. So we were thinking how can we create something that's really a fun experience around the Appian product that allows people to express kind of the technical innovation that's out there. So a hackathon just made sense, and we want to give people enough time to make sure they also can work on it before the conference, and then when they come to the conference, enjoy the conference and not be distracted. Go to the PAM event that we had and go to all the wonderful sessions we had. And then, of course, the draw, getting Steve Wozniak and yourself, of course, and John Reimer as well to kind of come in and give that third-party opinion of what's really innovative here and what's kind of a good solution. So that was the spirit of it. I think it was a great success, and we're really happy Brad and all our participants were able to participate in it.
Absolutely. For me, it was kind of a highlight, a real highlight of the show. I know you guys are probably eager after 2.5 days here to get off, and the last thing you want to do is sit in front of these lights and cameras. But Brad, what was that beyond this? Obviously, winning $5,000 is never bad. What was your other kind of highlights of Appian World 2018?
I just like all the new drag and drop features of the design. Of the designer. I'm a pure developer, so that excites me. I just love seeing all the new stuff coming out with Appian.
Yep.
And listening to Malcolm every quarter tell us all about it.
And those quarterly webinars.
I'm just excited to get my hands on the new tools and new features.
How long have you been working with Appian?
6 years.
Oh, 6 years
Yeah,
now.
it's been a while.
So have you
I've seen
seen
the progression.
You have?
Yeah, it's
If I had to ask you,
drastically
what do you
different.
think the future looks like? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm not a visionary.
You're just a developer.
Just a developer.
Hey man, there's worse things in life.
Yeah.
We just saw a guy up on the stage who did pretty good for himself. And he still considers himself a developer. Malcolm, closing thoughts on Appian World from you?
Yeah, I think we're looking forward to 2019. And
Where is it? Where's it going to be?
San Diego and the Hilton, as we all just learned from the closing
Yes,
keynote.
Bayfront
And,
Hilton, San Diego.
Yeah, we're gonna have to think of something cool to do. Maybe another hackathon, maybe another zombie escape room. I don't know. So we're working it out right now, but we'll be sure to let everyone know.
Okay. Well, Brad, congratulations on the win, man. That's really, I mean, 5,000 is nice, but just winning is great.
That's the best part for me.
Yep. Malcolm, a great
Thanks,
Appian
Alan.
World. I think this one will go down in the books.
Yeah, thanks for participating as well.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I had a great time here. I learned a lot, met a lot of great people. So, and that's what counts. All right. I think that's going to wrap our Appian World 2018 coverage for DevOps.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll see you soon on another DevOps.com video on DevOps TV. This is Alan Shimel for DevOps.com. Have a great day.